I want to tell a story. Here we go. After I lost both of my friends, I was starting to work at an elementary school, and before the end of the school year,
The teacher that I'd worked under died from cancer.
and the secretary died from some inner trauma. I was pretty shocked, and the whole school was too, and in particular, there was one teacher that I'd grown to know, and so she called me one night and basically just asked me, how can you believe that God is good when all of this is going on? I tried to answer the question as best I could with, the cliche answers like, God is good, He's in control, I need to have faith, but I mean, it still didn't satisfy me, and I was still torn by it. I wanted to know the answer too. So I think it was like 11 at night, and after the phone call, I told my roommate, hey man, I'm gonna go outside and just think. And so I went outside, and our apartment had a nice little lake that we were able to walk around. So I started walking around the lake and had all these thoughts just swarming in my head. And I think about halfway around, I sat down on the edge of the water, and I looked up and I just said, God, I need you to speak to me. All of this is going on and I don't understand. You gotta speak to me. So I was looking at the ducks that were sleeping by the water when I got this urge to focus up in the sky. And it's not like I heard a voice, but I felt like I needed to do it. And when I looked up there was beautiful as I'd ever seen it was the moon. It was so close, I almost felt like I could touch it. And I had this thought that was how life was supposed to be. It was supposed to be bright, beautiful. And then out of nowhere, these dark clouds, they came out of nowhere and just crossed the sky and covered the entire moon. And I had this feeling that what had been so bright and beautiful suddenly had turned dark. And I just got overwhelmed with this feeling of sin, evil, death. And it reminded me that even though God intended life to be beautiful, sin had come in and changed it. And obviously this made me feel hopeless, and I started to go, man, what in the world? And as quickly as I'd given up in my heart on that beauty of what life could be, all of a sudden the moon reappeared. Now, the dark clouds were still moving towards it, but as soon as it would hit the moon, it would suddenly go around it and not even go in front of it, so that I could still see the moon perfectly positioned in the middle of all this black cloud surrounding it. And I instantly began to cry because I realized at that moment that God was talking to me and saying that He's with us in the darkness, and He can take something that's so evil and turn it into something beautiful again. I mean, wow, the moon that everyone sees, God was using it to talk to me. And I instantly saw how small I was and that I had no place questioning God. And I'm just a small person in the universe that God created who has no idea what His plans are. So I started to wonder, what if the deaths of my friends were a way to make His love known to the world? What if the way that they had lived their lives was an example to others and would then lead them to Christ? I mean, that's something that I can't see, but that's something that He can. I can't even fathom that. And so when God is doing work, who am I to question it? So I have this vision now and this understanding because of the moon that God is with us and He's sovereign over it all. And I won't know all the why and the reasons why they died until I get to heaven, but I know that if I'm going to trust anything or anyone, it's going to be God, who can and is willing to declare His majesty and power to one confused boy one night through the moon.